We continue our Honkai Star Rail discussions of 5-star units with another unit that is going to be a part of a path that we haven't really talked about too much. And honestly, he's going to be really good upon the start of the game. Who am I talking about? We're talking about Gepard, who just recently actually got a teaser trailer. So before we get into that, what is going on, my dudes? Natasha here, back again with another Honkai Star Rail video. And of course, if you like content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out, and of course leave a comment. Would love to hear you guys' opinions. But without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, as we discussed, Gepard is actually a part of the preservation path and is an ice user. Before we get into anything else, let's talk about the preservation path here, because this is a bit of a different one than what we've talked about before. I feel like this is going to be the first character that we talked about for this path. Characters from the preservation path have powerful defense capabilities, which can protect allies in many ways. I don't even think, if I look at this really quick, and I know that this is kind of be a little bit weird, but I don't even think March 7th was a part of, oh wait, no, March 7th was part of preservation. So we have talked about preservation before, so my apologies on that. But Gepard is going to be the 5-star preservation character. Now let's go ahead and talk about the skills that we see right here. Skills, pretty simple again, as we talked about before. It's usually going to be the elemental damage plus 50, 100, and 110% of the attack of the character. So the Fist of Conviction is nothing new. We now have Intimidating Strike, which is the skill. Deals ice damage equal to 100, 200, and 220% of Gepard's attack to a single enemy with a 65% base chance to freeze that enemy for 1 turn. While frozen, an enemy cannot take action and will take ice damage over time equal to 25, 50, and 55% of Gepard's attack each turn. So it's really weird because you really want to focus defense on Gepard here, but you also want to make sure that you have your attack up as well. I would recommend that your relics do have that main stat of defense, because it's going to be very apparent why you want defense with the ultimate here, Enduring Bulwark. Apply a shield to all allies, absorbing damage equal to 36, 60, and 64% of Gepard's defense plus 120, 240, and 258 for 3 turns. Why is that important? Because shields play such a big role in a turn-based game. You want your defense, and Gepard is going to give you that. And that shield is going to be really good, you know, just in general. But let's go ahead and talk about the talent here. When struck with a killing blow, instead of becoming incapacitated, Gepard's HP immediately restores 25, 50, and 55% of his max HP. This effect can only be triggered once per battle. Yeah, excuse me. The reason why that's important, right, is because of the fact that with him being your defensive unit and taking the aggro, instead of being incapacitated, you have that, like, once he's ranked up fully, you get 55% of your health back. That's crucial in a very big way, especially if you're dealing with bosses that are going to take out your health like crazy. So that's pretty good. Camaraderie, his actual technique defensive skill. After using Gepard's technique, when the next battle begins, applies a shield to all allies, absorbing damage equal to 24% of Gepard's defense plus 96 for 2 turns. So you automatically get the shield when you max him out with Camaraderie, and then when you use your ultimate, you get another shield. You're constantly getting shield. It's insane. Like, that's ultimately what you want, and that's why he's ranked so highly between a lot of us beta testers, because he does really well. Now, traces. His first trace unlocks an A2 called Integrity. Gepard has a higher chance to be attacked by enemies, which means he takes that aggro, which is what you want him to do. You want him to take the aggro of the enemies so that your other allies are not affected by the damage. Commander at A4, when Unyielding Will is triggered, Gepard's energy will be restored to 100%, which means that when you're supposed to be incapacitated and you heal 55% of your max HP right out the get-go, you also get 100% of your energy back, which means that you can activate your Enduring Bulwark. It's ridiculous how much of a combo this character has. Fighting Spirit at A6, right? Gepard's attack increases by 35% of his current defense. This effect will refresh at the start of each turn. That is bonkers. So not only do you want to focus on defense, but getting more attack is going to help out as well, because of the fact that you are going to need the attack for the intimidating strike, because of the fact that you're going to be doing that damage over time with ice. But your main stat is going to be defense, so be sure to do that. Now let's go ahead and talk about Eidolons here. Eidolons, again, do not focus on level 3, do not focus on level 5. Let's focus on the stuff that actually changes his kit, like big time. Due Diligence. Base chance for Gepard's skill to freeze enemies increases by 35%, which means if you're focusing on getting his defense up and his attack percentage up, you're going to be doing that ice damage over time with freeze, and you have a 35% better chance to freeze, which is good. Lingering Cold at Eidolon level 2. After an enemy frozen by Gepard's skill is unfrozen, their speed is reduced by 20% for 1 turn. So that gives you more time to attack in the turn. Because what basically you're ultimately going towards is getting your attacks off first before your enemy can. So if you freeze the enemy and they unfreeze after 2 turns, or 1 turn, whatever the case is, the speed is reduced by 20%, which means that if they're already at low health, they're going probably last comparatively to your characters, which means that you could get them before they become a bother. So it's a lot of strategy, and I know that a lot of people are more focused on how Honkai Impact 3rd and Genshin Impact are free roam attacking, and you want to do, like, you just want to get your attacks off as quickly as possible on your switches. You're not working with that. This is strategy based, and Gepard actually works for the strategy. Faith moves mountains. When Gepard is in battle, all allies' effect resistance increases by 20%. He's going to buff you on your resistance. That's crucial. Absolutely crucial. But again, you have to pull 4 or 5 of him in total to get this, which is crazy. So a lot of you guys, like myself, will not see this ability until later on down the road. Unyielding Determination at Eidolon level 6. When his talent is triggered, Gepard's action is advanced forward by 100%, and he restores extra HP equal to 50% of his max HP. What? So when you activate Unyielding Will, right? Let's take that for example. Not only are you getting your 55% HP at max level, right? Not only are you getting 100% of your energy back, not only are you getting your ultimate back to apply a shield to all your allies and absorb damage equal to 64% of Gepard's defense, plus 258 for 3 turns. You also get to advance to the first action. What? And this is just kit. This is just his kit, guys. But again, I have to stress this because people are going to be like, but Tysra, you have to pull him 7 times to be able to get that. I know that. I understand that. But let's say you are a whale. Let's say you have all this disposable income. Getting that is going to be ridiculously overpowered. But even if you don't get these Eidolons, Gepard is really good without it. So let's talk about a relic that's going to help him in that sense. This is going to be the Knight of Purity Palace, right? This is going to be the relic that helps him. And again, I want to stress this to everybody out there. The relic sets have changed since my videos previously. So understand that previous ones that I've done, I might need to redo later on once the game fully releases, because that'll go over like what we actually should do for kits, right? But this set right here, as you can see here, 2-piece increases defense by 12%. You want to get that defense up because your attack in some cases is going to be based on your defense. 4-piece increases the max damage that can be absorbed by a shield created by the wearer by 20%. So not only, right, with just your base, you are absorbing up to 64 damage at max, or 64% of Gepard's defense, plus 258 of that damage for 3 turns. You're also adding another 20% damage reduction on top of that. You don't need Eidolon 6 to do it. You don't. And that's the crazy thing about it. Let's go ahead and talk about light cones here. Now, light cones is a bit tricky. Honestly, I think all of these could work. But let's go ahead and talk about the 4 stars because these are going to be the more free-to-play friendly options. Day 1 of my new life. Increases the wearer's defense by 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24%. After entering battle, increases damage resistance of all allies by 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12%. Effects of the same type cannot stack. Landau's Choice. The wearer is more likely to be attacked, but damage taken is reduced by 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24%. If you want him to be your tank, Landau's Choice is the best bet because of the fact that you're going to be taking aggro. And getting that extra aggro is going to work in your favor. This is me. Increases the wearer's defense by 12, 16, 18, 21, and 24%. Increases the damage of the wearer when they use their ultimate by 50, 62.5, 75, 87.5 of the wearer's defense. This effect can only apply one time per enemy target. The only reason why I would say not to go with this is because of the fact that you're not doing damage with your ultimate. That's it. You're not doing damage with your ultimate. So honestly, I would say the 4-star choices for this, is going to be Day 1 of my new life and Landau's Choice. Honestly, those are your best free-to-play options. Do not go for This Is Me. It's not going to work very well for your Gepard. Now, obviously, if you're going to go for 5-star light cones, this is his go-to. Moment of Victory. Increases the wearer's defense by 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48%, and effect hit rate by 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40%, which means that freeze that you're trying to do, if it doesn't connect before, when you have this light cone, you're probably going to connect, even with the extra 20%. Increases the chance of the wearer to be attacked by enemies. When the wearer is attacked, increases their defense by an additional 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48% until the end of the wearer's turn. Now, bear in mind, even at just rank 1 for the Moment of Victory, when you max level at rank 1, you're still getting 24%. Oh, hold on. There we go. You're still getting that 24% extra defense. You're still getting that 20% extra effect rate. And you're getting another 24% extra defense when you're attacked. And you also take aggro. That's perfect for Gepard. Perfect for him. But I will say this. Texture of Memories is a good option. Increase the wearer's effect resistance by 8, 10, 12, 14, and 60%. If the wearer is attacked and has no shield, they gain a shield equal to 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32% of their max HP for 2 turns. This effect can only be triggered once every 3 turns. If the wearer has a shield when attacked, the damage they receive decreases by 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24%. So it's really all dependent. Do you want to be the team player, or do you want to just main Gepard? That's ultimately what it boils down to. Both of these could work. Honestly, I would say Moment of Victory as your 5-star. But I would say the 4 stars, the day 1 of my new life and Landau's Choice are still really, really good options. Gepard is unbreakable. That is what I'm going to call him. Because what I'm seeing here is that he is the top tier defensive unit that you cannot get rid of. If you pull him, you're not getting hit. Or not that you're not getting hit, but you're basically going to be God on defense. This is the Zhongli of Honkai Star Rail. That's the best way I could put it. And I cannot wait to use him myself. Now, of course, guys, if you like the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. Do you want to see more? I would love to hear you guys' opinions down below. Now, again, guys, love you all to death. And as always, we will catch you guys in the next video. Please take care. Be safe, y'all.